multiple days, unfortunately. Um, but I was busy. I was contemplating if I wanted to do a live showing myself or showing my hands because I'm making a variety of flowers right now. Kind of fun. Maybe I could do it like that. Back y'all up. Yeah. So I'm doing a variety of flowers. I did some of the leaves. Um, I made this shirt. I'm not finished with it. I don't know if I want to do tie up in the back, like do one big string and then tie it up, or I might make it really long and then it'll be a wrap up. But then if I did that, I kind of want to make it a whole dress. So I'm letting this sit until I decide what I want to do. Again, if you had been watching my live before for a couple of days, I think last week I made this top here and we're filling up this ladder. I'm doing pretty horrible as far as filling up the ladder goes because I can make things so quickly. I procrastinate like nobody's business. But I do have this here still. I just got to cut the strings off. I might do that. Let's just do that right now. It's not going to take any time. While I wait on the influx of people that come in after I've been live for a second. So that's what's new with me. Um, Same old, same old. I really need to get my situation together because I need to get my travel bug taken care of. Ever since I came back from that one little trip, it was my first time doing something like that. So I've been living off that high. But I've been thinking lately, somebody said something the other day. They were like, it wasn't even the point of what they were saying. Of the last time you were really proud of yourself. And I sat there and I was like, I don't think about that enough. We usually ruminate over bad things that happen to us, times where you should have said something in an argument, like you in the shower and you thinking about, I should have said this. Why don't I consider times when I was proud of myself more often? I feel like I should live there at least a little bit longer than I think about, all of the bad things, the mistakes that I made, times where I was like, I wonder if anybody saw that, like embarrassing moments. I think as people, we think about that too much, and that can't be good for us. Instead, I think it's a good idea to be present and consider, to think about that more often instead of things that you should have said in an argument you lost 6 hours ago. And I've been thinking about that for the last 2 weeks. And it also made me think about the fact that when I walk around, I'm always walking around with some kind of music on. And I kind of avoid being present a lot. We think meditation is to sit and clear your mind. I think meditation is to sit and be present, to consider where you are, to think about what you're going to say in the right now, because that's the only thing that really matters. This is what you're doing right now, how you feel about yourself, and what you're doing right now. In my opinion, it's the only thing that matters. But that's a word. This is one of uh my very first and only male articles of clothing, and I hope it's like men's clothes. It's like a vest. It's kind of I was gonna say bisexual, but yeah, it's kind of unisex to me. Anybody can wear this. It's nice. I'm thinking too, I might want to make some ends for the sleeves. Or I kind of like the way it falls. Let me move my hair. See, this is not a man could wear this. And how would it look with a collar? So I'm still considering working on this. That's why I haven't added it to the ladder. Behind me, I have a bunch of projects that I finished already. One of them I finished on live with y'all all last week actually. I came back every day for 3 days and I actively worked on this top. And it's crazy from a distance. You can't tell that it's like 7 different colors in it. It looks mainly just hot pink, white, and purple. But it's like orange and blues in there. And that's what I like about color. It's like when you put it together. With that being said, though, right now I'm making a bunch of flowers to put on a dress, going up the dress. And I've been considering this design too, because this is going to be for runway. Hi, welcome in everybody. My name is Jade. I do crochet stuff, arts and crafts. I have a lot of it, like a massive amount. Eventually, as I continue to stream, I'm going to upgrade my area as I go. This looks insane, but it's practical. And this is everything that I worked on. And as we go, I'll have a bunch of stuff behind me. But right now, I'm working on this design, and I think I drew it out. As a matter of fact, I did. That's the design that I had in mind last week when I first came up with this idea. So I wanted to do flowers down the bottom. But as I'm making these flowers, because it's a bouquet, it's like a whole bunch of different kinds of flowers. I even did a calla lily yesterday. It took me out trying to figure it out instead of looking up crochet calla lily patterns. I sat there and tried to figure out the inner mechanisms of a calla lily, which is hustling backward. But it's around here somewhere. I didn't come in here prepared for the live. It's just very me. Um, Lastly, I made this experimental top. The back is gonna be out. Um, Originally when I started this design, my idea was because this bikini top is so skinny, I was just gonna sew it on to a shirt. But then when I made it, I liked it so much better inside the shirt. And then as I continued to go, I was like, I should make the bikini top green and put it on the inside or just a different color. I didn't like this color. So I started a bralette. But I still don't know what design I want to do with this. Considering making this a wrap top. So adding a string and having it, well, not a string, but like, something that you can tie, a ribbon, I guess. I'm gonna have to crochet it, and that would be cute with a bow when you wear it. But then I'm gonna have to make a bottom for it, so I put that to the side. That's just gonna stress me out. But right now, we're gonna continue working on these flowers. Oh, here's my calla lily. This is what I did, and then I was gonna do the ends together like this. So my issue was if I did this, if I followed a pattern that somebody already made, it's probably gonna be for putting it in an actual bouquet, and having it stick up. And I don't want that with this design. So I tried to do it as flat as possible because it's gonna go on clothes. So I might not even be able to use it at all. In which case I make flower pin covers. So I'll just put this on the top of one of those instead. But it doesn't look the best. It looks like the mouth of a Venus flytrap. Well, not a Venus flytrap, but one of those insect eating plants. So I don't know too much about that. I made a lot of insides of the flower in orange. So I'm just gonna start from there and work my way down. I have a couple colors that I haven't added yet, a couple more that I want to include. First one, what I feel like is missing from what is here already is going to be a blue for me. We could use a light blue. So I picked out a couple options. I put all of the pinks and purples to the side because I have a bad habit. So when I put all of the flowers together, I saw it was way too many of the same kind of purple also. You see, I have, what's up? You see, I have dark purple, and then this kind of purple. I went from never using purple to using it too much now. So I'm gonna go to the other side of the wheel because this is for clothes too. So I can't have it be tacky. I can't have it be a bunch of different ugly combinations of colors. It has to be wearable. Even though this is an avant-garde piece, still it has to make sense in terms of the color scheme. So I just made up a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I made up a pattern for my daisies. I was having a hard time last time trying to figure out what style I wanted to do. Because again, I'm trying to make this flat for clothes and be able to be sewn on. So I went with this chain. It gives enough petals for it to be a daisy. So it has a hole in it. You wouldn't be able to use this for the bouquets that they make when you put the stick in a wire. They give you a whole different pattern. So I made this one. It's just chain 5, slip, and then chain 4, slip, slip, and then repeat. Thanks. I did a couple of them. My thing with making these flowers, you'll notice sometimes I leave a long tail. Sewing these down onto anything is almost, it's like a nightmare sometimes. It can be a lot. I've done a couple projects with a bunch of flowers that's left in the cemetery of projects that I have to work on in the future. We just never get to it. That's better. I always forget to turn this light on. I gotta figure out how to do something with this. I got my new hobby that I want to do. I really, well, first of all, I considered doing the OG with ceramics. I thought about that for a couple years actually. But now I want to do the modern version and get a 3D printer. I got this project in mind. I actually have inventions that come up a lot. And instead of learning how to be a blacksmith, is that the word? Or like a, what's those people that woodwork, woodsman, woodsman lumber dude. Instead of me being that, I can learn how to use a 3D printer instead. Last time I saw you on live, you were talking about doing a big bow. Oh yeah, when I was drawing out different designs. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're not doing that anymore. We doing the flowers. We went with that. A carpenter? Yeah, like Jesus. Yes. Carpenters ain't really had good PR ever since. I'm sorry. I mean, but yeah, I would love to learn how to do 3D printing. This is kind of one of the OG 3D printings if you think about it. It's just the fact that it's so loose and flimsy and it doesn't hold water or like you can't make it a machine. you know? Don't laugh. I'm for real. This is like the fabric version of 3D printing because I can make things three dimensional. This is three dimensional. I can make a box, but I can't make it. Well, I could make it open and close if I stuffed it, but it's not going to be like solid. Everything I make is going to be squishy. But if I had a 3D printer, I could even make my own buttons. I would never need a store again. The bad thing with them, I'm hearing, is they're so expensive. Like to keep up with the filament and stuff. Manual big. Hey, hey, man, because you know, you know, your people very manual printing. Hmm. But what about ceramics? Also, I considered that. That seems fun. Learning how to do pottery because I could make beads. I thought about resin, but resin seems like it falls apart with a short amount of time. Ceramics is more old fashioned. Like how can you stop doing that? What's up with you? Hey, that's nice. It's kind. But yeah, ceramics, pottery, you, you can't wash them in a washing machine, I don't think. So that's another thing. I want them to be able to go with the clothes, but also if it don't, that's okay. Oh snap. I think I did too many in one. I'm like it's buckling up, running my mouth instead of counting. Hold on, let me right my wrongs. Okay. But yeah, that seems like fun. Like I said, I looked into resin. Resin seems messy and it takes too long to dry. I ain't got time or space for stuff to be drying. The same reason why I don't really care to use glue on crochet projects. I could, and I have had projects where I needed to use glue, but over time, it's like I trust sewing things down better. I trust old fashioned ways of doing things better than the new modern replacement. It wasn't broken. Why y'all trying to fix it? Glue, fabric glue, trying to replace sewing is it's a worse version. You know what I mean? So do I want to do 3D printing or should I learn how to make things like our ancestors showed us how to do it? Especially because I'm on this all natural kind of vibe. If I picked up and went to live in the middle of the woods, I would lose access to a whole thing that I do. You know what I mean? Because I do consider that. I could still do this. I could even make crochet things. I could grow my own plant and make crochet stuff from scratch. But you can't do that with 3D printing. Hello, Bradley, welcome. You know what else would be fun? And this is my problem. I actually have a whole project over there. So this is technically my third project I done started with flowers that I technically haven't finished. And in my defense, I have finished a bunch of projects with flowers. Hello, Ella. Your name is Brad, Bradmore. But hello, Ella. Ah, I'm sorry. Sorry about that. Sorry about my dad jokes. But that was funny. That was funny to me. Cause you said please give me a shout out. Yeah, my friend was calling me. The same friend that called me last time I was live. I think she follows me and be like, "Oh, okay, so she's free." So let me call her. I'm starting to feel like that's what's going on. I was just kidding. She definitely. I don't even share the fact that I have a YouTube with people that I know in real life. We really got to be locked in, or I don't know. I don't know how. How did you find me? How did you find me on YouTube? Were y'all just scrolling through and you was like, "Oh, let me sit here for a second. Where did y'all come from?" As a matter of fact, now that I think about it, very suspicious. A little strange. Maybe she is watching. Who are y'all? Who all is even in here? Only two people have said something. The third one, I know who that is. That answers that. This is why streaming is suspicious. I'm here trying to mind my business, do a good thing, giving people flower patterns. I really do need to start recording my instructionals again. I know I got a lot of people before. I know I got a lot of people before from doing my instructional videos, and I was doing the what's the thing called, calligraphy, and I got a bunch of followers out of nowhere, and I was feeling like, whoops, I done messed up because I don't even do that. I don't think I didn't ever do it again. I did it that week and that was it. That's the problem with following somebody like me, a hobby hoarder, because I'm already talking about the next thing, 3D printing or pottery or resin. It's all for all for end goal. They always have a end goal in mind, and usually it's something small like I need to learn how to do this so that I can make tags for my business. With the 3D printing, I really do always come up with random ideas of like inventions that I want to make, or organization things, or like cases that I feel like would make sense. And I usually try to make things with crochet, but it's only so much that you could do. That's really all it is. I always use my outsourced hobbies to advance my crochet business in some kind of way. Whether it's the shipping, the boxes, the tags, the bags, um, learning how to develop a website, like all of that is always to elevate my crochet business in some way. So it's like they always have the end goal, but this is why people outsource, because it takes up too much of my my daily time and my energy learning skills when I could be improving the one that, is making me my money. But when you have a small business, you got to wear so many hats. It's kind of crazy. Yeah, I didn't mess this up. I'm gonna put this in the back. Just got to go behind something. I wasn't counting, but I feel like five is kind of one of those numbers. It's like, do you need to count it? You can kind of vibe when you did five or four or something. So I didn't messed up a couple of them, but it's fine. It's fine. We're fine. Okay, so that's blue. I did also say that I wanted to do a couple. Oh my God. Hmm. I did say that I wanted to do a couple babies' breaths. And I made a lavender before, a lavender plant. And I think I kind of want to follow the same sort of vibe. Baby's breath is more, it's so tiny and like delicate. I might even want to use a smaller thread for it if not a super tiny needle. I have a bulk of needles that's like ones and twos and threes. Y'all literally never see this because I never use it. I've had it for years, probably like 15 years. Who? That's crazy. So yeah, I got like a lot of ones. I don't think I have any twos. I have this one two, and that might be too small. 3.7, 3, or a 2.7 might do it, but that's what I think. I don't think I have that. Got we go from, oh, look at that. We do have it. 2.7. Yay. Perfect. Y'all just trust me. It's a 2.7. Nice. Let's see how that looks, how that works up. Keep trying to let y'all see the flowers and the me. I'm gonna, okay. Got whites. Put some of these needles back before I start. If they get all in the way, make everything messy. So I have this white. Um, y'all see the flowers that I've already made. I'm making a flat bouquet. So what I feel like is missing is color outside of the purple and pink because I want it to match because it's going on an article of clothing, but I don't want it to be too matchy matchy. So I'm gonna add some baby's breath to change up the texture. I'm using a 2.7, and I think this is gonna be Love Dish yarn. Not sure which color. It looks pure white, but I can't ever tell. I have astigmatism. I can't see. Hi, Juan. Welcome in. So, first try. If I was gonna do baby's breath, I would want it to be like popcorn, but well, no. Maybe I should start with the green on the bottom, the stem, and then add the white on the top of the green. So I feel like that green is like deep. It's a deep green. It's definitely not one of these. It'll be one of these. Maybe closer to this. It's fine. It's fine. We're fine. It's fine. We're going to go with this one because it's actually not going to be that deep. Okay. Gonna cut off whatever I had on here already. Because sometimes, you just got to pick your poisons, pick your problems. And the stem is not gonna be my problem today. So I probably could use a larger needle, but I do want to see how this 2.7 works up. And this is very tiny. This is I think I used this before to make a bikini that was like flat to the body. See the stitches on that. If you made a bikini with this, it would be totally covered. I use a 3.7, so this is a complete size, a complete millimeter down from that. If you don't crochet, the numbers mean millimeters. So this is 2.7. I just had a different size. I think the one I usually use on here is a 5 because I'm always making like these sorts of things. Yeah, this one that's all that's been taking a war. This is a 3.7. So this is what I use to make my clothes. This is what I use to make clothes like if it's bikini and somebody paid for a custom. So with this stem, I think I'm gonna do a loop so that I can crochet into the loop. And I'm gonna skip 4 and slip stitch back down the chain, and let's see what that does. I'm pretty sure it's gonna give me the results that I need. But low key, I think I want to make this round. So I might surface crochet and then slip all of that together so I make an actual stem. Um, just because I think it'll be easier to hold and to work into and to sew with and all of that. And in case I do want to show the stem a little bit, it'll be a nice detail. Do I want to cut this? Or do I want to just go back up? I'm gonna just go back up. So this is what we have so far. Flat with the two. And I slip stitch, so it's going to be very hard to go back into it, especially as a surface crochet. But let's get into it. So I'm going to crochet on the top of those stitches that I just did because I want to make it round, and I'm gonna try a single crochet. It might give me the same thickness, and like I said, I want to sew the ends back in together, so it might do what I need it to do as far as height and width goes. So let's see. This is gonna be uh hard to work with. This is why I don't get nails, because times when I want to work on these skinny little projects. Okay, so I'm actually gonna do another loop because baby's breath um usually has a bunch of flowers on it. So all of these loops are where I'm gonna add the clusters. And then I'm gonna single crochet one more time, and then uh sew those ends together, see how that looks. I'm sure it'll be fine. Yep, that looks round to me. And I gotta be careful how I sew it in. See, this is how it looks. So when I say sew it together, these two little ends, because then it'll be round, like a stem. And we're making a flower stem. So this is how I engineer things. Y'all are getting into my mind of how I would make these shapes for these random projects. Because when you think about it, sometimes people don't realize everything in crochet was made by the person who did it. So all of those tiny little shapes and stuff, like what I'm doing right now, we had to sit there and make it. A smart person would go look it up, but if you're me, who loves a challenge, you sit there like this and stress yourself trying to figure it out instead. But that's the fun part for me, because when I have accomplished it, I feel like I'm ready for a new challenge. That's a good thing and a bad thing at the same time. But I'm seeing with this edge, I am having to skip some because it's so tiny. I'm not even going to stress myself out to try to see it. So I'm going to single crochet some of them. And now I'm going to add another loop. And this one I'm going to make longer so that these flowers can stick out a little bit more. And I'm happy with this stem. and we can get into how I want the flowers to look. So to me, let's look up a baby's breath in case you guys don't know anything about flowers. I like a good bouquet. I like getting some flowers. So I do know the names of some flowers, but baby's breath is the white ones that you would get with a bouquet of roses, like those random tiny little white flowers that you see in there. That's baby's breath. So I'm gonna show y'all a picture and also reference for myself because I'm about to try to recreate it with yarn. Let's see what we can do. Maybe I should use my iPad because I think I looked it up already on my iPad. Okay, very hard to see. I don't think I've ever seen them this large. Like every time I see baby's breath, they're very small. Like they never got to grow that big. Um, so to me, they always look like little popcorns. Like this is how I've seen them on this little piece of really, I guess more like this. So I like this reference. Think I'm gonna go with that. It's far enough away. I'm gonna use the same pattern that I use for this daisy when it comes to doing the petals, and I'm gonna see how that looks. I'm sure it'll be fine. It's not the star of the show, so as long as it doesn't look insane, if it looks kind of like some kind of flower, I'm gonna use it. To be honest, so I'm not even gonna do a slip in a chain again. I'm just gonna chain like 4 or 5 and then slip stitch and then do it again because then it'll stay flat. So it can be sewn down. I do 5 sometimes, maybe I'll do 6 sometimes, 4 sometimes. And let's see how it's looking so far. I would have to do way more, but that looks really good to me. And then I'm gonna do, where they at? The rest of these little loops, wherever they at. There's one. So I'm gonna do the other little loops with the same pattern. And that looks like a good flower, a good little flower to me. Looks like baby's breath. I'm actually thinking I want to do a lot of these. I really like the way that looks. The white on the green too. I did a couple leaves already, and I think I'm going to use this green to make some more leaves. That might be why I'm liking this flower so much. It just gives exactly what I wanted. And it's flat, is how I envisioned it. That's why I like using these tiny needles sometimes. You can really get into the details of how you want stuff to look and to be. See, so the more I do, the more it'll ruffle up on its own without me having to do any three-dimensional stuff. So the stem is going to remain flat, and then the flower itself is going to start to ruffle like baby's breath. And that should be fine. It'll go around in one circle, I think. And if it doesn't, I'll connect the end to the first one to the last one. So far, I think I did about 8. Wasn't really counting. Could go back and check the playback, especially if you're trying to make any of these with me. I haven't done one of those in a while. Yep, looks great. Gonna do this last one. 3, 4, 5. Slip. Uh-uh. Then it's perfect. Hmm. I probably should have did more skinny stems like that. I think I'm gonna do that now. Do a longer one. Hopefully this one will hang off the side. That'll be cute. I could probably do, because you see how many branches this one little thing has? It has one main branch, but then it has other little branches coming off of it. And it's like a tree with how many branches when you get to the end, how many branches is coming off the flower. So that kind of helps it to come out like that. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do a couple more main stems. I still have to defy how it would be in nature. I have to omit some creative decisions to make it functional still. So I'm gonna do uh I would rather them be bunched up like how it is in the picture. But because I'm making it for clothes, it has to be worn, it has to be flat. I'm gonna do height differences. And maybe I can give the illusion of it being bunched up more with some flatter ones in the back. But yeah, I love how that looks. So far, so good. I know it's hard for y'all to see with all of the strings. Let me cut some of these strings off and then show again what we working with now, because that's what I'm gonna go with. It's so fun making flowers. This one. I want some ice cream. My neighbors are they haven't mowed the lawn all year. Now they want to mow the lawn. They had never thought about mowing the lawn before. Now everybody wants to mow the lawn right now. That's insane. Is this the Truman Show? It's almost like they was waiting and it was like, oh, now she needs it to be quiet. Everybody get loud. Everybody start banging pots and pans. That's what it's giving. It's no way. Y'all all decided to start mowing the lawn right now. It's just no way. Oh my gosh, I forgot to do the loops. I knew it was too perfect. It's too good to be true. Good thing is I can add one here. Bad thing is I can't add one as easily on the other side without the flower popping out. I'm not gonna lie, I'm just gonna crochet into one of these stitches. Do not copy that. I'm gonna I'm gonna stick my needle through the top half so this doesn't show and it doesn't unravel. And I'm gonna start with that one as to not continue to stress myself out. Life is hard enough. So, okay. Hey, Alex, what's up? Do, 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 do. Oh my goodness. Yeah. For the next hour? Really? Yeah. It's crazy. This is nothing else to do. That's what you're trying to say. To call people who come out here and do that is so disrespectful. You wasn't thinking about your yard all year. It's no way I could see. I'm sorry, it's ghetto over here. I know y'all go to other streams and things is different. They already got the bread. Y'all have to sit in here and hang out with me. I promise you. That's how we get things to stop being ghetto. That's it. That's all you got to do. Is free for you. You just got to sit in here. Then out of nowhere, you start seeing advertisements. Boom. We out the hood. Oh my goodness. Oh, I thought it was a net. Then boom, we out the hood. Y'all just got to sit in here with me, hang out. It's too many things conspiring against me. It's just too many things. What was that even? Are you broken or are you broken? Oh, this is broken. Oh my goodness. Y'all was just watching it slide and wasn't gonna say nothing. Y'all watched it do that. It didn't happen out of nowhere. It's fine. It's fine. I'm just gonna. Y'all thought I was making it up. We in the hood, y'all. Thank you for the compliment, Alex. We are making flowers, as you can see, as I'm really trying very hard to let y'all see, actually, is a better interpretation of what's going on here. We got little leaves, we got daisies, roses, 3D ones, tiny little ones, pink. Uh, I think I'm just gonna throw this one somewhere else. Do something else with this one. Doesn't fit. I don't like that one. In that purple that's not giving. I just don't like it. So put this over here. This is what we doing right now. It's too many of the same color. We trying to expand with the color options. So I don't know what color to do after this. I feel like it's two white is cool. I could do one more of this light purple, one more of this blue, one more of this purple, one more of that. I guess one more of everything. Cause I got two of these purples. But then again, do I even like this? I don't really like this either. Why is it so ruffled? I guess sometimes ruffles are on flowers. Do y'all like this one? Should I keep this one? Do we vote to keep this flower? This one is the better version. It's roughly, but it's not like, oh my God. See, that's the other thing. You don't even want to be a part of this project. Black is what paint? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Hello. Did you run? Okay. So anyway, back to finishing this off. What was he talking about? What did I do again? I did like five. That only took a second. So the problem was I forgot. Okay, I remember now. All right. So this is gonna be the small one that I was talking about that goes in the background since it's messed up anyway. It's gonna have to work. Two, three, four, five. Two, three, four, five. We'll do two more. And really, that's good enough. Slip, not even slip. Chain two. Pull, loop, pull. Chain two, snip, and that's secure. Good to go. I'm gonna cut this down to the ruler. Throw that and move on. See, this one gonna have to cross over and come this way somehow or something. Could be in the back like that. I don't know. Last one, and then what color I'm doing next? I guess we could do this blue, or should I introduce something a new color? I have this blue. That kind of goes. I'm trying to think what I see a flower this color. I feel like you can see a flower in every color. So yeah, I'm gonna use that. Let's finish this. And then we are almost finished with our live. That was fast. And once again, I didn't get enough done because I was yapping, yapping, yapping. Just yapping and showing y'all stuff. If you haven't already, check out my website. I did a giveaway. Uh, what was that? 420. I did a giveaway. I have this pillow or like a plushie. A homeboy wanted because he supported me before. And the giveaway was pretty much just like whoever I see enough. So if I see your name a lot and you said you wanted to be a part of the giveaway, that's who I gave it away to. So every once in a while I do stuff like that, but this giveaway was sponsored by one of my friends. They paid for it and said I can just give it to somebody that wants it. He just wanted the support. So I said, perfect. It's a great opportunity to give back to people who have always supported me because sometimes I don't really care for the giveaways where it's a marketing tactic to get people to follow or to like a bunch of my posts. Just people who have always supported me because that's what they wanted to do. That's who I gave it to. And yeah, he's always supported me. So he won it. And he also already purchased the plushie that I have on my website. That's the smaller version of it. So I knew he would actually like it. Mm, 5. I always consider doing lines with certain things, especially when I see people buying the same of certain things that I'm making. I'm like, oh, I want to do a line with X, Y, and Z. But I just can't get into the habit of making the same thing over and over and over again. Even with these flowers, you see, I'm doing different flowers. I'm figuring out different ways to make flowers because I just can't with doing the same projects back to back. I don't like that. I love that though. This was everything that this needed and then some. Yeah. Okay. I think I just did something. So listen real quick. Listen real quick, Linda. I see this behind me. It's a bunch of stuff that I'm working on. And then, but even mixed into that, I have these leaves. I make these leaves. It's just leaves. So it's a mix that I could do with this. Sometimes people like to hang this on their car. They hang it on things. Put it here just to add decoration to your space. Cool. I've been thinking with this new thing that I make, I could do flowers like that. It's not too many flowers on vines, but that's the fun thing. I don't have to make things that exist in real life. I could just make things exist. Like you get what I'm saying? That's why I want me a 3D printer. I don't need to come up with innovation from things that are already innovated. I just need to let y'all see the things that appear in my head. And I can't always give you a recreation or I can't show you a picture of where I got it from. And it be stressing me out. And it don't only stress me out. I know it be stressing out the people who ask for the example. I don't have one, bro. I made it up. I never seen anything like it. That's why I want one. And I need your help. But anyway, this looks great. I know it's hard to see. Maybe I'll take a picture and post it to my community tab. But I'm gonna do one more before I head out. And what color should it be? I don't know. I don't know. What color should it be? I don't know. What color should it be? I don't know. We got, what about this yellow? I like that. Yellow. Yeah. Do yellow. What kind of flower now? A yellow rose. I have so many roses. So I have one, two of those flowers with the petals that go like this. I had the first daisy that I did, but I didn't like it because of the holes on the inside. So I did a new pattern, which is the one with all the ruffles. I could try this one again, but the thing was, uh, what was the thing? What was the thing that was? I don't even remember what the thing was. So let's just do it. Like what? Oh, the thing was I was using this yellow to be the center of other flowers. Right. That's what the thing that was. This is actually harder than I thought that it was going to be, which is crazy because I have so many colors right here in front of me. And it shouldn't be this complicated. I like this. I like that yellow and this pink together. I feel like I would see this in nature. Flowers that's like pink and yellow like this, pale together. So this is the one I'll do. And I'll put this yellow to the side with the white. Um, what else did I say? The green, all of this stuff that I'm gonna do when I come back live tomorrow or while I'm sitting here off live. Um, I can make a couple more things to get this project done faster. This is the vision, or at least this was the vision earlier this week. I could change my mind at any given moment. And to be honest with you, I already have changed my mind because the more I'm doing this, the more I want it to be a bouquet. And I think I want the whole dress to be a bouquet instead of the dress being. At first, I was doing like grass vision. I wanted the dress to be green. That's how I was seeing it. And then the flowers to be up the grass. And I've made so many pictures like that as a kid. So it seemed fitting. But now I just have a different vision and I don't want to give it away. I've seen it before and I've thought about making it before with a bunch of roses. But I'm liking how this looks with this instead. And I just gave myself a new idea with this design that I just did. So I really have to get back to the drawing boards and figure out how I want this to be. You see this flowers and like just a bunch of stuff coming up the side of it. I started with the cup. So I have the cups finished and I didn't know how I wanted the rest of the dress to be. So aside from it having things going up the side, so that's what I knew for sure. I started there and I think I'm like 30% finished. It really doesn't need that many flowers. This could be the front corner and then I'll do um if I was doing a triangle, I would need the middle, the left side, the top, and then the top half of this sewn on or something, and then that's a whole bouquet dress, different, unique. It'll be very heavy on one side, so I gotta figure that out too. But let's just get into this very last one. This is why I only finished a couple things at a time because I get to running my mouth. Wait a minute. What size needle was I using for these? I think I was using a 3. Wait, no, no, no. Yeah, I was using a 3.7. Okay. Not that it's that serious. It's a 4. Mm, close enough. It actually might be better because it'll ruffle more if I was using a smaller needle on the bottom and then I go bigger up top. I do that sometimes when I want my projects to be ruffly, poofier, especially if I'm making a dress and I want the waist to be more snatched, but I don't want to change the look of the pattern. It does change the pattern look a little bit, but not enough. Depending what fabric you're using. One day I'll show some examples. I do need to make some more instructional videos, and I'm pretty good with showing people how and why things work with crochet because I've made so many mistakes. I could follow that with my own mistakes that I've made, how things worked out for me. But that's the thing with instructional videos to me. I'm not anybody's coach. I'm a student myself. I feel like a lot of these how-to videos are people who feel like they are unteachable and they know it all kind of, and I don't want that to be my content. Like I'm certified. I could teach classes and give people, you know, unfettered advice. When to be honest, I forget the terminology a lot. I kind of figure things out as I go a lot, and I don't know uh how to read patterns. I don't read patterns. Never really got into it. So the one thing that I am really good at, my strong suit with crochet, is reversing a pattern and creating a pattern. Like making things like this, figuring stuff out, seeing something in nature, assessing what shapes it is, and then recreating it with crochet. What size needles I'm gonna use, what size um hooks, I mean yarn, and the kind of stitches you're gonna need to get the results that you're looking for. It can be intimidating. That's how it looks so far. It can be intimidating. I like this yellow and pink. I might have to make something else with this combo and with like a blue or something. Yellow, this pink, and like a even like a gray. I could see this as a baby blanket. Yellow, pink, and gray. But anyway, I thought of doing more instructional videos because the way the internet is going right now, if you're not doing one or two things, AI is taking your job. People don't even care anymore. It's getting out of hand. I don't think crochet is AI's field of expertise. Like if you asked AI, how would I get a pattern for something, I don't think that it would know. I think we got the game locked down on that one at least. People still have to search things up on TikTok and YouTube to figure it out. So that's one thing at least I got over AI, I guess. This is giving a cute little ruffle that I thought that it would. See, the bad thing too is if I do start doing AI instructional or instructional that AI couldn't do, it would technically start to teach the AI if it had access to the information that I know, if I start posting it online. So it's a double-edged sword with doing anything online right now. It's all being used against us. Scary times, really. Almost finished. Wow. What's up? Last one, two, three, four. I think this is the last petal. Let's see. No, one more. One more petal. One, two, three, four, five. Split. Two, three, four. Split. And then I'm gonna end it here. So today, what did I do? Basically nothing. Greetings, Northeast Ohio. Welcome in. How's it going? It's gonna do the job. It's adding diversity to the bouquet. This is what it's looking like. Put that right there. Maybe we got enough to mix up the roses now. I'll do one more of these up here somewhere. Yeah, I'll do one more of these up here somewhere. Um, Maybe a couple of the leaves on the outside. That looks better. hmm Once I get a hang of what I'm making, it'll be a lot easier to make uh a bunch of stuff. Doing that, counting, being live, all of that. Not just now. I made a couple of them just now. Um, if you missed it, I made some of these things on live. This room is full of stuff that I've made, from pin covers to jackets to uh canopies that go over your bed. I'm gonna start making like couches. I'm figuring that out now. Figuring out how to make furniture, because that's a bag copy. If not a whole couch, I'm gonna start with those poofs, because I didn't invent that. I didn't make that up. Let's look it up. If you don't know, it's already a thing. You've seen it before. This is crocheted. Did y'all know that? People crochet these like for their feet, and they put it in front of the couch. You can check out my website. It's made by Jaede.com. It's up there. It's backward, but that's my website. That's the shirt that I made the other day. I think it's like four dresses right there. And then uh I have a couple dresses that I didn't finish cutting and designing, so they're still sitting right here waiting on me to do that. So if this was your first time here, make sure you subscribe. I would really appreciate y'all giving me a thumbs up, drop a comment. I'm still trying to get my watch hours up so that I can be monetized and get out the hood. You know, it doesn't take much, and I'm hoping me not being like uh like a clown doesn't deter that from happening. I got things that I can do, and I feel like it takes funds to get there. I'm gonna be honest with you. I see a lot of people on YouTube that be just as chill as me. I'm not doing backflips. I'm not making fun of people. I'm doing my craft. I'm sharing it. I'm sharing my worlds. I give a couple of words of positivity, spread some love here and there. I hope that doesn't deter you guys from seeing what else is happening. I get that it gets boring maybe, but I do a thing. Keep up with me. See what I got coming up. It does take a long time for me to do these things. Check in. You ain't got to sit in the whole time. Watch some of my videos and check in. I appreciate y'all. And if you haven't heard it today, I love you. Take care.